There's a word in Chinese that has no direct equivalent in English. Native speakers use it roughly every 2 to 3 minutes, but textbooks don't teach it until chapter 15. It's the single word that unlocks native level Chinese. I'm Sheldon, and my team and I at Cantonese and Mandarin have helped over 600 heritage Cantonese speakers improve their Cantonese while also learning Mandarin. And this word is one of the biggest walls we see students get stuck with. It's hard to understand, but once you actually get it, the world of Chinese really opens up. But before we understand how this word actually works, you need to first understand something more basic, which is how do sentences work in English versus Chinese? See, in English, a sentence is basically just 3 things, right? A subject, verb, and object. Or said more simply, who's doing something, what they're doing, and what they're doing it to. Think of it like a cameraman following an actor in a movie. I eat rice. The camera follows the actor. I eat rice. In this case, the subject or the doer is I, the verb or the action is eat, and the object or the thing that the action is being done to is rice. Now, here's the good news. Chinese works the exact same way. In Mandarin, 我吃饭, I eat rice. In Cantonese, 我食飯, I eat rice. 我 is I, 食 is eat, and then 飯 is rice. We got doer, action, thing, same order. Another example, 他看書,佢睇書,佢, 他, she, 看, 睇, looks, and then 書, read a book. Exactly the same in both Cantonese and Mandarin. This is why beginners get comfortable really fast, is because the basic word order feels just like English. The camera follows the actor. Simply, you could probably build 100 sentences right now without learning any new grammar just by following this one structure. But the thing is that real Chinese doesn't stay this simple, because the simple pattern actually breaks in real life. Because real life isn't I eat rice, real life is I finished the rice. I put the book on the table. Notice what's different. I'm not talking about the past tense. Every single one of these has a result. Something happened to the object, right? The rice didn't just get eaten, it got finished. The book didn't just exist, it ended up on the table. The clothes didn't just get washed, they became clean. Okay, in real life, we don't just do things. We do things and something changes because of it. Now in English, no problem, right? You just slap the result in the end. I ate the rice up. I broke the glass to pieces. She washed the clothes clean. Done. But in Chinese, try to keep the same word order and things fall apart. For example, I put the book on the table. 我放书在桌子上. 我放書喺台度. 我 is I. 放 means to place. 書 means book. 喺在 means on. Then 台 or 桌子 is basically the table. And then 上 or 斗 basically means like on it. So 我放書在桌子上. 我放書喺台度. I put the book on the table. That sounds like it's right? The thing about the sentence is it's technically not wrong, but it's awkward. A native speaker would actually rarely say it like this. Let's look at another example. She washed the clothes clean. In Mandarin, if we follow that same structure, 她洗乾淨衣服了. 佢洗乾淨衫了. Now, a bit less awkward in Cantonese, but still slightly awkward in Mandarin. It might not sound awkward to you if you're new to Chinese, but to a native speaker, they wouldn't actually phrase it like this. Now in this one, 佢她 means she, 洗 means to wash, 乾淨 乾淨 means clean, 衣服 衫 means clothes, and then 了 is basically a state marker, a change of state, which we covered in other videos. Now, once again, it's not like it's crazy awkward, but it might not sound awkward, especially if you're new to Chinese, but to a native speaker, they wouldn't really say it like this most of the time. And the reason why is because the camera, if you remember the camera analogy, has been following the actor this whole time. I do thing. But suddenly, the most important part of this scene isn't what the actor or the subject does. It's actually what happens to the object. The rice got finished. The book ended up on the table. The camera in Chinese needs to shift focus. And that's how Chinese works. Because this is where Chinese does something that you won't find in English or pretty much most European languages, which is the fact that Chinese has a dedicated word, one single word, whose entire job is to say, focus on the object, because I'm about to tell you what happened to it. Now, this word originally meant to grasp or to hold. And the way you think about it is almost think about it like you're grabbing the object and telling the listener what you did with it. Okay, that's how we think about it in this case. And that's how most Chinese works. Now, linguists took this seriously enough to give it a formal name back in 1943, which is 取即式 or 处置式 in Mandarin, which means the disposal form. Because this object gets disposed of or technically dealt with or handled. And the word that is responsible for the disposal form, the word that makes beginner Chinese sound native, that word is ba, like a sheep, ba. Spelled B-A with a falling rising tone, tone 3, ba. Instead of fighting with word order when results matter, basically the way ba works is it rearranges the entire sentence. It says, the next thing I mention, that's gonna be the object, and I'll tell you what happened to it. So here's the formula, and I call it basically, object spotlight. It goes subject, ba, object plus verb plus results. Now, this is formally called 把字句, okay, the ba sentence structure. And you might also hear it called the disposal form, which we already mentioned, okay? But basically, for example, I 把 the rice eat finished. So in Mandarin, 我把饭吃完了. I 把 the rice eat finished. In Cantonese, 我將飯食完啦. So 我 is I, 將 or 把 basically means that's the special word we have. 飯 basically means rice, then 食完 basically means to finish eating. And then la is basically just a change of state. So I 把 the rice, eat finished. Okay, so if you want to translate this directly to English, the easiest way to interpret this is I took the rice and I finished it. So we can think of 把 in that way as saying I took X and did something to it. Without 把, okay, the sentence is flat. Okay, it just kind of reports like the eating rice happened. But with 把, what we do is we make the rice the star of the sentence. You're telling the listener basically the rice, it's dealt with, okay, it's gone, right? And that is the camera shift. Okay, that's what we do with 把. Is the director yelling, cut, okay, cut the scene, okay, we don't really care about the subject anymore. Focus on the object, on the rice, and show me what happened to it. And this is how Chinese generally handles these, okay? Chinese generally doesn't focus on the doer as much when we have something like this. Okay, we focus on what happened to the thing itself. So it's not I ate the rice, it's I took the rice and I ate it. It's not I smashed this bowl thing, it's I took this bowl thing and smashed it. That's the difference. Chinese very commonly will use this structure as opposed to just the pure like I smashed this bowl. Now, the key with this structure is that there must be a result. In this case, 完了 or 完了 indicates it's finished, right? I finished the rice. Without the result, the sentence breaks because if nothing happens to the object, well, then there's no reason to focus on the object in the first place, right? There's no reason to use the 把 structure. And we'll get more into that later. So now, what counts as a result? Things like 完, okay, 完, finished. 开, hoi, open. 干净, 干净, okay, clean, or 碎 or so, broken. Or, putting on a table. 在桌子上, 喺台度, putting it on the table. Those are all results. And we go into results in another video. Now let's go back and fix that sentence from before, okay, the one that sounded a little bit weird. So I put the book on the table. In Mandarin, what we had originally was 我放书在桌子上 or 我放书喺台上面. Now the way we'd more commonly say it is not I put the book on the table, but I took the book and put it on the table. 我把书放在桌子上，我將本書放喺台上面. So 我 I 將把, that's a special word here. What it does is it says we took the book. 本書 or 書 basically means the book. 放 basically means to place it. And then 在 喺 means on. And then 桌子 or 台 basically means the table, and then 上面 or 上 basically means on the table. So remember, I took the book and placed it on the table. Now, there are cases where you absolutely cannot use 把, and we'll get to that. But another thing to notice here, 把 in Mandarin, 将 in Cantonese. Same position, same job, same everything. So if you're a Cantonese speaker, this is just 将. That's it. If you know how to use 将 in Cantonese, just replace your 将 with 把 in Mandarin, video over for you. Okay, that's it. Well, not quite. Okay, there is a caveat, and we'll get to that. We actually have a student, by the way, Didi, who was stuck on this concept for a long time.
Videos explaining in English, none of it made sense. And then I asked you, and you're like, oh, just replace it with 将 or whatever. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Instant sense, right?
Instant unlock.
But the minute we showed her what 把 maps to in Cantonese, which is just 将, it clicked instantly. And so if you're a Cantonese speaker, this video is either an instant click for you, or it's actually a 2-in-1 lesson. Either way, we got you covered, right? We also have a free masterclass that helps Cantonese speakers learn Mandarin faster while also improving their Cantonese. It works even if you can't read or write a single word of Chinese, as long as you can speak even a little bit. You can tell, right? Because as you can see from this video, if you speak even an inkling of Cantonese, Mandarin it just comes easier. And so this is my gift to you. So we have a link down below in the description box. Okay, my gift to you. So now you have the formula. Let me actually show you what this actually looks like in practice. We'll use the same base formula of the subject plus 把, plus object plus verb plus result, with examples of kind of increasing complexity that natives use every single day. And I'm here in Shanghai, trust me, natives use it every single day. One of the most popular is in a command. Okay, these are our favorites from some of our students because they want to learn Mandarin to practice with their kids. So obviously with kids, you gotta have commands, right? So for example, close the door. without 把, it's just 关门. Now here, it works for a quick shut the door, but there's no result, no direction. With 把 it becomes 把门关上. In Cantonese, 将门閂埋. So 将把 means take the door and close it. It puts a lot more emphasis on the result of the door being closed. So the difference here is just 关门 or 閂門 just means close the door. But when we say 把门关上, okay, that means make sure that door achieves the result of being closed. It's like it makes sure the door is closed. Okay, it's a lot more commandy. Make sure it achieves the result of being closed. Okay, so 将把 basically means take it. That's the analogy here, that's the special word here. 门, door, and then 关 in Mandarin or 关 in Cantonese or 閂 either work. That means to close, and then 埋. 上 is basically the result complement. Now note, by the way, for all the Cantonese versions here that you're going to see in the next coming section, they're not wrong, but some might sound more formal than how people actually talk. Okay, but I want to show you the Cantonese equivalent. That's why I'm showing it to you. And that is one of the caveats that I mentioned earlier, but we'll get to that later, okay? Just for now, just accept that. Next one, in Mandarin, 把窗户打开, so open the window. 将窗打开, okay, so if it's just 打开窗 or 打开窗, that's just open window. But this says make sure the window achieves the result of being open. So take the window and open it. So 将把 means take it. Okay, 窗户窗 basically means window. 打开 means open it. 把垃圾扔掉 in Cantonese 將垃圾掉咗佢. 將把 take it. 垃圾 garbage, and then 掉咗佢. 掉 is basically the result. So let's take the trash and throw it out. 扔垃圾 is just throw the trash. 把垃圾扔掉 means basically like take the trash and throw it out. Okay, it's a command. It's different. Okay, another example. 把電視關了. 將電視關咗佢 or 將電視熄埋. So here, 將把 means basically take it. 電視 okay, is a TV. 關 or 熄 or 關 in Cantonese all mean turn off. Close, and then 熄埋 or 熄咗佢 or 關了. Okay, that's just the result. 把電視關掉. Okay, and 掉 or 咗佢 or 埋 is basically the result here. One more example in Mandarin. 把手機放下. In Cantonese, 將手機放低. 把將 means basically to take it. When I say take it, I don't mean like literally take it, but that's just the analogy of what we're using. I took the phone and I put it down. It's not saying like this. It just means make sure the phone achieves the result of being put down. That's what it's saying. So 把手機放下. Okay, 將手機放低. Okay, so 將把 means like take it. Okay, that's the focus on the object. Okay, 手機 phone, 放 means to put it down. And then 下 or 低 is basically the result of being put down. And then another one, 把你的功課交給老師. In Cantonese, 將你啲功課交俾老師. So 將把 means to basically to take it. 你的 your 功課 homework. 交俾 means to basically give, to hand over, and then 老師 teacher. So those are commands. Now let's look at statements. She cleaned the room spotless. 她把房間打掃乾淨了. 佢將間房打掃乾淨咗. 她 she 將把 special word here. 間房房間 basically means the room. 打掃 means to clean it. Okay, and then 乾淨 basically means clean. She took the room and she cleaned it to the result of being clean. Now this one over here is a key one because this doesn't work without 把 actually here. So here's an example is I forgot the keys at home. 我忘了钥匙在家裡. In Cantonese, 我忘記咗鎖匙喺屋企度. Now this structure sounds really unnatural in Chinese. Okay, a native speaker wouldn't say it this way, but they'd use the 把.
我把钥匙忘在家裡了. In Cantonese, 我將鎖匙留咗喺屋企. So 我 is 我, which means I. 把 and 將, that means that's basically the special particle that we're talking about here. Yep. In Mandarin for key, they use 钥匙. In Cantonese, we use 鎖匙. Okay, just different words. Now, to say you forgot something somewhere, normally in Cantonese, we say we left it somewhere. 留咗喺屋企. So 留, it means to leave it, right? 留咗喺屋企 means left it at home. In Mandarin, normally we say we forgot it. So 忘在家裡了. So 忘 means to forget. 留 means you left it. 在喺, okay, that means at. And then 屋企家裡 means at home. Okay, and then the la and the jaw is a complete action marker. So I left the keys at home.
So these Cantonese expressions we have here, they're all technically correct, but like I mentioned, right, some sound not as natural, some sound a bit stiff, and that's the caveat that we're going to get to. I'm showing you over here the exact Cantonese equivalent so you can kind of see the structure in the same light, but everyday Cantonese we might not express it the same way, but we'll get to that. We also use it for requests. 请你把书放在桌子上. In Cantonese, 唔該你將本書放喺台上面. 唔該請 means please. And the rest, I mean, we've already covered this example like 50 times. So yeah, we're not going to get into that one again. And then very commonly as well as a question. Okay, in Mandarin, 你把作业做完了吗? In Cantonese, 你將功課做完未啊? So 你 you, 把將, a special word here, 作業 or 功課. Those are just two different ways to say homework. You can say 作業 in Cantonese as well. You can say 功課 in Mandarin as well. Chinese has a million ways to say the same thing. It's one of the most annoying things about the language, but that's just how it is. 做完, 做完 basically means to finish. And then 了嗎 basically means like yet. Okay, and then in Cantonese, 未啊. So literally saying like, did you take your homework and actually finish it? Okay, did your homework achieve the result of being finished? Now here's the thing, in many of these cases, it would be weird. Some of them you can not use ba, some of you would use ba. Commands about handling things, normally ba is the default. Complex results, like if, for example, clean, spotless, smashed to pieces, we're really emphasizing the results. Ba is how you naturally say it, like I said, right? These aren't like, it's not an optional upgrade. This is how the language actually works. This is how native speakers express it. And so this is why you have to learn this structure. Because like I said, you could say, 我打碎了杯子, or you could, but normally you would say, 我把杯子打碎了, like Chinese people just love to emphasize the results of what happened rather than the person itself. One of the common mistakes that people make is the moment they learn ba, they put it everywhere, which is actually worse than not using it at all because it's like discovering salt and dumping on ice cream. Actually, that's kind of good. No, it's like discovering Nutella and putting it on everything. Okay, people do that because there is a rule, okay? And the rule is, did something happen to the object? Did it move? Did it change? Did it break? Did it get finished? Did it get cleaned? If yes, then use the ba. Okay, if nothing happened to it, regular word order is fine. Because here's the one rule that is very important, okay? The verb should not stand alone after ba. Okay, you can't just say 我把饭吃. You can't say that. 我将饭食. That's incomplete. I took the rice ate. 我把饭吃完. There's a result afterwards. 我將飯食完. 我將飯食晒. There's a result there. And so it's like we're about to tell the listener what happened to this thing, and so you have to deliver. So that's a very important thing. Now we have another video on results, so I'm not gonna get too much into it here, but the main thing is just in English, all verbs have a result associated with it, which means that I opened the door implies that I complete the action of opening it and the door was opened, right? In Chinese, it's not always the same. In Chinese, you need a result afterwards. Okay, and watch this video over here if you don't understand that, but it's very important to understand that aspect of results in Chinese. But yeah, bottom line, there must be a result attached, finished, cleaned, placed somewhere, something happened to it that has to be in there for us to use the ba framework. Now, before we get into the Cantonese caveat, one more thing. Let's be real. Okay, learning ba is not gonna make you fluent. Okay, it doesn't replace vocabulary, it doesn't fix your tones. What it does is it fixes the skeleton of your sentences. Because without that skeleton, everything else you build on top sounds off. It's like learning to drive, but then nobody told you about the steering wheel, right? Like sure, you can press the gas and brake, but you can't actually go anywhere useful. Okay, so that's why you need the skeleton in place. Let's get into the caveat for Cantonese speakers. See, this phrasing, this ba construction, is a lot more common in Mandarin than in Cantonese. We still use zheng in Cantonese, but not nearly to the same extent. Okay, we use it the same way, but not to the same extent. Cantonese speakers will often just restructure the whole sentence to actually avoid it. Let's take some of the examples earlier and see how most Cantonese speakers would actually say them. So for example, close the door, 把门关上 in Mandarin. Everyday Cantonese would just be 閂埋道門 or 關埋道門. Just flip the order, done. In Mandarin, 把垃圾扔掉. In Cantonese, you could say 將垃圾掉咗佢. Or what we'd actually say is probably something more like 掉咗啲垃圾佢. Put down the phone, 把手機放下. In Cantonese, you probably say 放低部手機啦. In Mandarin, 他把房間打掃乾淨了. In Cantonese, we'd probably say 佢執好晒間房. It's completely different, but has the same meaning. And so the pattern here is that Cantonese has more flexible word order because it has more particles like 咗, 埋, 晒 that carry the result meaning naturally. And so zheng becomes optional, whereas Mandarin absolutely needs that ba. But this is important is there are times when Cantonese speakers naturally use zheng. Okay, it's not a dead word. You'll hear it in. You'll hear it very commonly in commands with authority, especially from parents. Your mom saying, you know, zheng di别執埋, put your stuff away. Okay, that's zheng. It's firm. Okay, it front loads the object and adds a do it now directness. Okay, and this is actually where zheng lives most naturally in everyday Cantonese, in kind of like imperatives, like commands kind of thing. It's also very common in storytelling when you're recounting something dramatic. 佢將封信 si hoi. Okay, she took the letter and ripped it. That zheng basically adds a lot of weight to that narrative. So the main thing is just Cantonese has zheng. We use it the same way in Mandarin, but we don't need it for everyday descriptions the way Mandarin needs it. And so that's why if you're learning Mandarin as a Cantonese speaker, that ba might feel weird at first. Not because the concept is foreign, but because you're being asked to use it in places where Cantonese would typically just restructure it, right? But in Mandarin, we have to use that ba. It's the default. And this is important because in Mandarin, native children typically learn ba by like the age of 3 or 4. And it's because of the fact that it's not a school thing, it's used constantly by people around them. It's literally everyday concepts that textbooks teach way too late. That's the main thing. Now, one more thing remember is just remember the tok shortcut works, but it's the best case for English, but it's not exactly take, okay? Anyway, guys, I hope that was helpful for you guys. Click here if you're a Cantonese speaker who wants to learn Mandarin, and otherwise, click here for a video that YouTube thinks you'll love. Until next time, 周爱金，再见。